Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning,
Doctor. Doctor.
We're
Doctor.
gonna have a fantastic meeting.
Yes, it's off to a great start.
We had finished, but then you joined, so we'll wait.
Sure, we'll stop.
Alright, well, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Or afternoon, as the
Saturday.
case may be.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, let's go ahead and get started, and then we'll go through a couple backlog items and keep on moving forward.
We got 10 o'clock.
And we have a 10 o'clock, so it will be. I mostly wanted to try to talk about that nanogram one that you
Great.
sent over last night, but if we can get through that, I'll be happy.
Okay. While I was working on comments, input requests, and then also take the story assigned to me from Printify, I just resolved the issue, and now was trying to test using Postman. It turns out that the order was created successfully, but the Hamfire are still not available yet. But as soon as I can run the file processing, I will verify the result. But everything looks fine.
You can force that by just doing the download and then doing the process files.
But there is no servers available in Hamfire Dev. So
Oh, where'd they go? Well, I don't. Oh, it's broken.
Maybe because of Dan's pull request.
Oh, it's in Reddit. It's on Redis.
yeah,
It's
I
on Redis.
Well, but did he do that, or did he? Because I was going to do that, but I hadn't started it yet.
I got a Redis server exception when I went to Dev Hangfire.
Oh, probably because I merged it in, but I hadn't deployed it yet, or maybe I did. Let's see.
yeah,
I think I saw
I
something
saw-
about this morning.
I thought exactly that.
Published.
Yeah, I moved
Oh,
it into
yeah,
Dev
yeah.
last night, so I hadn't deployed it yet. Though I was waiting to deploy it until I had some more time to work on it because Sebastian had raised some questions, so that made me pause, and then I forgot. So we should probably then I need to revert that.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not even seeing your changes. Oh, there they are. There they are. Okay. Yeah. So I'll probably just need to revert that and republish dev. So I'm reverting now. Deleting that. Complete the revert. Push, and I'll push the API again. But why would the API? Why would that have affected
I don't think
API?
API would have, yeah. That would be
Because
weird.
my deploy
You just
yesterday
deployed the
was
API.
before. Yeah, I just published the web. I just published API. But I'll
Although when
publish
did you
API
put,
again.
when did you push to dev the Redis stuff? Because I deployed yesterday.
You deployed at just before, and then at 4:20, I see. I did revert. And now I just reverted. Okay. So I had reverted just after you deployed. That's why. So it did go out. So now
The
let me
two
set this back
reverts
to hard.
equal
Avert.
avert.
And reset do dev to this commit hard reset force push. Alright. Dev now has Mario's stuff on it and the reverting move Hangfire Redis to dev, and now I will publish the API. I'll publish the pipeline. And then we should be okay.
Sweet.
We will see. We will see.
But the Redis stuff is pretty close to getting out there for testing.
Except I haven't seen any updates, if there have been any, since yesterday. But Sebastian raised some interesting points that I was like, oh yeah, but maybe we need to hold on that a second.
Yeah, there are many things that I fully don't understand. I am just posting what I do understand. So
Yeah.
I was going to go through the process of publishing after this call, so it's funny that we brought this up, so I went to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess there's not a problem pushing it out to dev if we, because I mean it is dev, so it'll give us a good chance to test it. So that's good.
There's
Um,
just one issue with that is that when we run central web locally, we instantiate a server also, and that will maybe collide with some other things. I don't know.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. All right. Well,
See.
let's
Well,
figure out a plan.
I think I probably just have to do it and then see what the issue is.
But at the
Running
same
low.
time, we need both running at the same time. Be something that can happen, because Dan said in the pull request that if there's any job that is left over from the previous instance, right, you will need to run an isolated instance of
Well-
the previous one so that it picks those.
Yeah, when I was going to go live, what I was going to do is bring everything down, and then I was going to check Hangfire and see what's queued, and just run. I was just going to empty the queue before I pushed out the actual changes.
Yeah, dev won't
Drain.
and much of
Yeah.
anything.
Okay.
Yeah,
Or whatever's there, I think you can just delete it and
yeah.
run again later. But I do need it up today
Or
to test some
if
stuff.
that's something that needs to go out fairly quickly, we can have, I don't know what story you were working on, Mario, but we can have Mario pull that branch into his branch and move on. I don't know.
Yeah, he's working on the Printify stuff.
Yeah, I
Well, let's
started work-
let's give it a couple of hours. We can do the Redis thing later this afternoon once all the other stuff is done. So if you'll just let us know when you're done doing your testing, and we can make dev a little more fragile, let us know.
Okay. Well, I will continue with the downsample story that has so many comments to resolve, and well, I will continue with that for now. That's it for me.
Yeah. Oh, there was one comment that I wanted to bring up here. So there was a comment from me where there was a piece of code that I didn't like having that in entities side. There was two versions of myself actually. One that liked that having there, and another that didn't like. It's just the way that we get the that PPI threshold for a specific partner. So normally what we do always is to have whatever is going to consume that modifier, query the modifier, right, and move forward. See if that exists, if it is true, if it is greater than 0, whatever, and do the thing. And now that change is having the partner entity query its own modifier, which is great. I mean, having an entity query its own thing, I think somehow it's good. But it added like a log notification if something was misconfigured, right? So that smelled more like a logic thing. And I said, okay, we always put that kind of logic on another side. So it was just a comment. I'm happy with either, right, solution. But what Mario replied, I think using Claude as well, is that that was contradictory against my comment was contradictory against the conventions, right? So I think at this point conventions are somehow ambiguous, where we want to start moving logic outside controllers and entities and put it in services.
The services,
So,
yeah.
Yeah, it's such a minor thing that probably don't deserve more extra time or anything. But just wanted to bring this up and say, okay, what do we want as a team? Do we want to have that? How was that criteria to be less ambiguous, or is it okay for us to start logging, not log errors on the entity side? I don't know.
That's a great question. I feel like it's probably more. I would imagine that Dan will let us suggest something, and I think that what I've seen is kind of echoing what you've stated about moving into the service layer. So it is small, but I think that this is a spot where we can start doing it and start establishing that pattern a little bit more. And it feels like that's the way that Dan has been nudging us. So I feel okay about doing that.
Okay, good. So I would suggest, Mario, let's push back to Claude. I want to push back to Claude and say, where in the documentation you feel like the that word went away from me. Like the convention. Where do you feel that like that's the convention, and let's fix that the convention, right? To say, okay, we don't want any more that convention, right? So that we can stop having Claude putting lines where we don't want, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm
So I
What?
will reply and yeah, what?
That makes sense.
Oh, what pull request do you have this conversation on?
That's the down sampling one. I don't remember the number.
Me neither. Let me check.
Oh, that's fine. I can find it.
Yeah, downsample
Yeah.
is the 6914. And well, this will be
Yeah.
promise to be a long.
Yeah, in
Well,
the
like-
partners CS, you will find it.
Okay, perfect. I just wanted to look because I like the idea of moving to the service layer as well. So
And for this specific case, there's no such service layer for downsampling actually, right? But there's the logic home, which is the file processor, right? So the file processor in this case is the service layer,
is the
right?
service, yeah.
But it's the one that is resolving when to log.
Service
when
layer,
to-
move it into the business layer, I guess.
Yeah.
Say instead of service,
The-
because service is a different thing in C#.
Yeah. So okay, good. That was what I wanted to bring up. So well, my stuff. I worked on pull request reviews. I published the bending press pull request, so that's there for reviewing. That it's available also in Dev Central and Dev the pipelines everywhere. Rebecca, about the last minted one. So kind of I am now finishing replying that. So
Okay.
for all of them, we apparently we don't have the pick and pack version. So same thing. We need inventory
Product
requests with
Or, yeah.
pictures and everything. So I am posting a link for you to filter the minted products so that you can see which pick and packs we do have and which one we don't. So apparently there are a few that are missing. I don't know if all of them,
Awesome.
but you can double check.
Okay, thank you. That makes sense.
Okay, great. Yeah, that's it for me. Once I finish these pull requests, I maybe will grab a new story, unless you have more pull requests for me, Ryan. I don't know. You let me know.
I'll check and see.
Did you get you said yesterday you were going to try to get your vended PR out. Is that PR been submitted and just waiting for? Okay, great, awesome. Hey, you're up, Chuck.
Sorry. Okay. So for multi-box, then I'm trying to hurry and get it. I want to say hurry it. It keeps getting behind and having to fix a bunch of stuff, and then I need to get it so it can just go out. So I don't have to keep going and fixing it, but so we can get on live. There's the one code review a while back that I got everything except there was a bunch of testing, and they don't all make sense. But I was going to try to work through and get those to a point, and then yeah. So once I get to a point where I need this, where I can't look at it anymore, then I'm just going to put it out for. I'm going to republish the pull request, so it doesn't get behind just because of some tests that would be nice to have. Anyway, DHL, then the switch over for everyone who didn't already say they let's set it to such and such code or whatever. Then we're switching everybody else over today, and I so might need Rebecca's help, but I'm not entirely sure. But there's two ways of doing it. One is going into every one of these and changing the codes, but a lot of them are going to be in standard API. And if we just change it in standard API, it'll change it for everyone. So, and another approach would be that we go to all the ones that have their own account and we set it differently on their accounts. But anyways, I've got to look at that, see which way we want to go exactly. Which way is going to be easier. But anyways, that's gonna that might take some time today. Anyways, and then Printify. Let's see. There's just a little comment to address, and then so they responded. Okay, so that we do void with them, and I've asked them twice now because they say they have a void reason, and there's just 3 options, and none of them have anything to do with having to reprint. And then they said, oh, well, they ended up responding, oh, just be detailed in the message, the void reason message. Well, in the documentation, that's optional. I didn't bother bringing that up with them because it said optional, but we don't get a void reason. And so if they need that, then we're going to have to, if we have to have that, that's going to mean adding new functionality.
No,
One
just
void.
do a void and just do
Whichever.
packagers needed to void, whichever system needed to void it, and just
Oh,
put that
that's a
in
good
there.
idea. Oh,
I mean,
that's a great idea. I like
We'll
that.
put in whatever we can. If it's not specific
Yeah.
enough, we don't know. Sorry, that's all we
Okay.
got.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
and I
great.
wouldn't keep
like that.
asking them about it either.
Nope.
Like,
Yeah.
that's just
Nope.
Yeah,
move
because they're
forward. I don't-
just going to try to get us to.
Well, every time you ask
Okay.
them, yeah, exactly. They're gonna just say, "Oh no, we need it," and I think we get it out, and then if we have to
Yep.
deal with something later, we will. But that's not waste
Okay.
any more time than we already have.
Okay, that's good. Okay.
You can even just say requested by production, and that's all we need. That's all the reason we have.
Yeah. That's a good idea. Yeah, I like that. Okay, I'll do that. Okay, and that's pretty much it for me.
I gotta run down and move my car. Nikki's yelling at me. So
Why do you
just
have to move your car?
Oh, because it's lawn mowing day.
yeah, it's
mowing
too
day.
far over. Anyways, you guys just keep going on, and I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh, I have to send her an email.
Good luck. For me, just Printify, cutting planning, hell, and same as always. I got one test that's not passing now. The maintenance is on me about, so get that working. And then it should be good. And then pull request view. I started looking at the vended stuff yesterday. I didn't get too far on the review, but that's my other big plan today is to do a pretty thorough review of that and to see if I can understand. So that's all for me.
Let me know if there's any tests that they send in that actually have decent shipping data and that I can, test shipping. I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, they don't, but we can manipulate. I have a payload that I sent Mario, and I can send you. You can
Okay.
manipulate it to send in whatever you want, and then
Okay.
then you can test shipping that way.
Okay. Sounds good.
Because I think I changed it to send in ground advantage just so it would work.
Cool. All right.
So I'll
Good.
shoot you that, and then you should
Sounds
be able
good.
to test. That was kind of my plan, but Mario's working on the file processing part of it, so
Okay.
in my head I was like, oh, I gotta get that done, and then I can do shit.
Yeah.
So, but there's
Okay.
no actual reason for that. We could
Okay.
move forward,
Nice.
so
Okay. Cool. Awesome.
I'll
Okay.
shoot that to you.
Great. Thank you.
And mine's just been working on the pull request to deploy. We're going to do another deploy today. Keep going on the pull request, trying to get things out every day this week. So, making progress.
And we are gonna hit every day this week.
We are, even Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Even read only
In
Friday.
theory. We'll see.
Yeah, that's true.
We'll see what's a little scary. Okay, so did Chad say he wanted us to discuss this?
I just said leave early.
No, he did not.
So,
Okay, so yeah, looks like you really flushed this out. Thank you, Ryan.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, it's just I work to understand a lot of it with Claude, and there's a lot of extra information, but the core of it is up at the top. That we're going to stop making the envelope being an order level mailing envelope rendering. We're going to make it, we're just going to make it its own order item. Same thing we're doing with chat books. Then we are also going to, we need to make some changes to the Nanogram file processor to make it work. We are going to need to create a 6x4 envelope template with the logo on it. So we can do that. We should be able to see where we're putting the logo right now on the label and mimic that on an envelope file. Doesn't have to be too fancy. The scroll down to the bottom though. One more thing at the very top. We do need to make sure that we don't include the order item for the envelope in the page count for shipping. Right now it's an order item page count total sum, and as soon as we add an envelope item, that's going to increase it by 1, so that will knock some into a higher bracket. So just keep that in mind when we're doing that. So that's the third point there. Now scroll down to the very bottom. Minimize the description. I want to go to the.
Wait, the page count at shipping, is that something global or is specific
It's
for them?
Nanogram. It's specific for Nanogram. They have a specific thing where we count how many sheets there are, and we bill them based on that. And so we just need to make sure the envelope's not counted in that count. Some acceptance criteria, but then down below, one thing I wanted to ask Sebastian is discussion items. Do we need to create a new master-slave workflow pair for this, or can we use an existing book by anyone?
I don't think book by anyone will work because book by anyone is books plus cards. We need books plus
Oh.
envelopes, so we have the chat box
Okay.
one.
Okay.
I don't know the schedule, and we might want to rename it.
Yeah, I don't know if we or even if we want to merge them. I just don't know. This is all kind of
Right.
new. We don't want them to match together, but
Okay. So yeah.
anyway, that was my question. I wasn't sure how we have that configured.
Yeah, you can go to workflows table in Central, and you will see there that book by anyone is like a different animal because
Right.
it's
Yeah, that
cards
makes sense.
and
It's
foils.
card. It's print set and card, and this is going to be. They are still a book. Nanogram is a book because it's a print set, so it's going to be
Oh,
print
yeah.
set envelope, just like Chatbooks is. Now, one thing I specifically called out because this is a different animal, but the request to do a folded card duplex and its own A7 printed envelope. That's going to be a different story, I think, because right now our whole CEPS workflow is around the idea that the cards are not a single item, because we wanted to make sure it was not including the basic invite samples in a CEPS workflow. And so if they really do want Nanogram to behave that way, then we need to find out why, and why do they not want basic invite so that we can unify it. Because I don't feel like we should be doing this partner's okay to do single cards, this partner's not.
Yeah,
so
we
just
are
need to
filtering
understand.
that based on the product type because
Yeah.
for chatbooks we had the same issue. It was failing to merge them because
Right,
it was
because
normally
there
it
was
was
one
one
book.
book and one right. So we said, okay, let's only I think
One card.
to validate that on cards only.
Yeah.
I think.
I know we did because I saw it. I saw where it
Okay.
was, and that's what raised this question. So I was like, well, we can't do a folded card now because it's not going to let us. So that's why. But I don't know what the timeline for Nanogram is. Is the 7x5 something they're doing also at the same time, or can we do the 4x6, get that up and running, and then figure out what we're going to do about this folded card? But we
needs
need.
to be what happens.
Yeah, and we need to have a conversation with Tara, so we need to slate this for production sync so we can talk about the Nanogram folded card going CPS. You're muted, Chad.
Sorry. Is this a Terra only question, or does Jamie have to weigh in as well, or?
It just needs to be unless Jamie's going to offer feedback that we don't need to do it, or if she has timeline information, I don't know. But really, all this is about is how we're going to produce these.
I was just wondering if it was something we wanted to bring up since we're going to have both of them in a room right now. So,
Yeah, we can do that at the end, sure.
anyways, all right.
Or even as part of a new product. We can
It
do
is
that.
a new product
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think
that requires
it's in
conversation.
well there. But anyways. Okay, so it sounds like where this is right now is we still have to get just a couple of those questions answered and before we start on it, or is this able to start work on? And what is I guess the other question is this something that's like urgent, Rebecca? Are they wanting this right now, or you haven't really?
Yeah, I mean, as far as I'm aware, she was just expecting it would be, oh, here, I'm going to submit a product request and you're just going to complete it. But
Oh, got it.
I mean, I have been in communication saying, okay, now this requires code changes and a deployment. So
Okay. All right, well, let's see if we can get those answered and then we can get this going as soon as we get that done. Okay, well, it's 10 o'clock now. Is there anything else anybody has real quick before we jump off? Okay, thanks everybody.
Thank you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
See ya.